welcome to another episode of the Art of Life podcast. I am Kanika, I am your host, and today we are talking about the connection between the root chakra and the crown chakra. So did you know your first chakra and seventh chakra, they are paired chakras? What does that really mean though? Now think about it and probably go back to the time before you were born. So up above, you're floating and you are wanting to come on earth as a soul or as a spirit. You don't have any boundaries. There is no limit to what you can do. And you decide to be born on earth. You want to come here. There's a purpose, an agenda that you have for the lifetime. And that's why you get born. First chakra, we know, is really about just coming on earth. It is that difference from being a soul or a spirit, being that free person, then coming into earth, realizing that that was your purpose in life and rising up to that. Root chakra is a lot around feeling safe. It's a lot around survival. It's about how you are as a person. Your sense of identity would mean who you are. Like within your family, what are your skills, what's your body shape like, but just being okay with all of that. But if you put the other layer on it and you started understanding it from the eyes of the whole spiritual evolution, when you incarnate and then come into earth, the idea of you being born on earth is really that you have an agenda, you have a life purpose, and you come here to fulfill that. The first step in your root chakra activation is that you start feeling okay with who you are, with whatever you perceive are your weaknesses or your strengths. You start getting okay with that. And there's nothing as such which is a weakness, because you have particularly chosen skills that you will be great at, and you have chosen to have skills or lack of certain elements. That is particularly chosen by you as a spirit because of the experience you wanted to have on life. So yes, in a physical form, as a body form of you, you might feel like, hey, this thing is lacking a little bit here and so on. But from a spirit perspective, it's whole, it's complete. So the first step in the root chakra activation is really just being okay with yourself. And that's why the affirmation is, I am safe as I am. I'm safe. But on your journey of root chakra activation, the next part is the embodiment of your purpose, your desire. Why did you come on earth? It's very crucial here that the element for root chakra is earth. Very correctly, very appropriately so, right? Because earth is the entity or the being that is giving you the space to live here. She is the one who is very much involved when you were being born in the process of you coming to earth. She said yes, she would love to have you. She holds unconditional love. She understands your purpose and she understands why you are here on earth. What is your role in terms of evolving the consciousness on earth? She understands that. And she is there. Now there's a difference. Your mom and dad, they are also participants of bringing you on earth. But there's a different agreement with them because they are here already in the physical form and you're born after that. So the agreements that you have with them could be slightly different. They could be biased. They could be colored by their own experiences and what they want. Whereas from earth, she is pretty much on the same agenda as you, as a soul. She wants you to come on earth because she's seeing the bigger picture on earth. She understands that the stuff you will do, how it will shape, how it evolve, grow the whole consciousness on earth as a whole. So she is pretty much non-biased when you are evolving on earth. She doesn't have another agenda. She and you are pretty aligned on the agenda, on your agenda on earth. And hence, the root chakra has the element earth. It's pretty much connecting with earth, with Gaia, in a physical form, like going out on walks, supporting humankind, maybe taking care of animals, growing vegetables, gardening, just general things that connect you with nature, playing with water, going on mountain hikes and stuff like that. But it is also connecting with earth as a being. That's the number one way, or the quickest hack to start activating your root chakra. Really connecting with Gaia as a being, as an entity where you are exchanging lives together, because she is a being and you are going to walk around, live on her the whole time of your incarnation. So she's very special in that way, but really having that connection. And in that sense, grounding comes in very handy. The way I teach grounding is from your first chakra and from your second chakra, you imagine a cord going all the way to the center of the earth, because that is that sacred womb space. This is where she holds boundless love for you. And hence, when you connect with that, this is that beautiful place where you are connecting with that sacredness of love of Gaia. And in that space, there is nothing that you can't do. Connecting with the earth is also a lot around being able to multiply what you have. Your first chakra is a masculine chakra. It is a place of planting the seed. That's why as a person, your sense of identity, as in what do you want to do, is paramount. What is your calling? Wanting to do that. But think of that just as a seed, and when you plant it in the earth for a long time, the seed's in the ground and you don't see things happening around the seed. It takes a little while for the seed to germinate, takes a little while for the seed to grow roots. And if you've just got it in the soil, nothing's really coming up from the top. You can't see anything. So especially with the root chakra, you need that feminine space. You need that connection with Gaia. You need that divine feminine energy to be able to really nourish and blossom that. Connecting with Gaia or with other feminine planets. If you really want more, I run a sacred healing circle. It's called the Moon Meditation Circle. And every time we use the moon's energy and the celestial forces around us to amp up our internal cleanse and manifest whatever we want to do. So you're really welcome to try that out. I am offering a free trial at the moment. You can get to it at artoflifecenter.com/moon. I'll repeat, artoflifecenter.com/moon. So that's one way of just incorporating the feminine energy there. Now, the masculine energy is very directional. It's very much, hey, this is what I need to do. But to amplify that and to provide that nourishing space, that's why you have the element as earth, because that's the feminine space and that gives it the space to really grow and blossom and bloom. So those are your tips for really activating your root chakra. Root chakra is also really connected with your ancestral lineage. And again, think about it in terms of 1 and 7. So 7 as your crown chakra, or your connection with the consciousness, with the wider consciousness. This is your spirit level chakra, right? That is pretty much in the outer levels of your body or your aura layers. Whereas your root chakra and the first aura layer, that is very much inside you, correct? Because this is very much a body level chakra. But if the 7th chakra is around consciousness and around feeling really connected and supported, that okay, you are supported with the universal wisdom around you, with the consciousness around you, and really being able to tap into that, then the first chakra or root chakra is very much around being okay in your body space and understanding that you have come here with a purpose and this is what you are set to do. But because the first chakra is also a foundation chakra. So this is where it connects with all the ancestral patterns. It has to, right? Because this is your family lineage. This is how things were shaped, not just in your family, but also in the society, that conditioning, everything that sits here. So the fear around here is very much around survival. There's the resistance to change, but owning your purpose in your body in the first chakra, that really helps activate your root chakra. But it's also very paramount, because if you have been born, then your ancestors, your whole ancestry line, your family lines, like all the entities, they actually understand and they participate in the fact that you will be born and you will be bringing forth those changes. And the reason why they are invested in you coming down and being incarnated on earth is that they want to see that change. So at a surface level on earth, it might feel that if you are making a radical shift, your family might resist it. For example, if your family is really, really used to working very hard for money, then that might be the way they are thinking. But then your ancestors, the ancients who have been involved with your family, they might think, well, this is not really serving our family line as such. And hence they pick you as a soul and they go, okay, you need to come and incarnate on this earth. And together you work out that one of your agendas on earth is going to be that you will shift that ideology for them, that you will show them that there is a way to do things differently, that there is a way to earn money a little bit easily. So when you are born with that agenda, you might still feel the resistance at an earth level within your family, within your extended family, within people who know how things are, and uncles and aunts who love you, etc. But there is a guidance from your higher ancestors who are really wanting you to shift that paradigm, who are really wanting that evolution. So boiling it all down, the root chakra is really about connecting, tapping into your purpose, bringing that alignment forward, and living that purpose in this lifetime. Your sources of help there is Earth, because she is the non-biased party in your evolution. She understands and she is totally involved, invested in the same agenda that you have. You will feel some resistance with people around you because they're resistant to change. But you wouldn't have been born, you wouldn't have incarnated if the wider energy within your families wasn't ready for that change. So you are on your path to change it, bring the evolution in whatever way you are thinking. So if you feel the fears, especially survival fears, or oh my god, I'm changing this, how will I progress from this, and so on, they really stem from the root chakra. But the more and more you deal with them, the more and more those fears will start going away as well. Your tapping sources for all of this is connecting with the earth. Your tapping sources is also connecting with your higher consciousness, like reaching out, meditating, if that's your game, or using especially the earth as an element as well, finding those moments in nature, calming yourself to get that guidance is a super great way of being able to activate your root chakra. Now, root chakra is very much connected with, let's say, all the stuff that is around movement, like in the physical parts, your kidneys, but a lot of that's connected with earth, especially like where you are sitting, exactly just that area. That's very much connected with root chakra. And if you're feeling that bit is heavy, then I would strongly encourage you to start grounding or check out my free trial of the Moon Meditation Circle. The link would be in the show notes as well. And that just starts giving you some release, some space to let go of stuff that you are carrying and holding. It is very much about planting a seed and then complementing that with feminine energy of growth, of nurturing that idea to be able to move forward. So that's, like we've talked about, connecting with the earth, but it's also having that nurturing side of it. So especially if you feel that you are very afraid, you feel cornered in terms of the steps that you want to take, but you feel like nobody's got your support, then this is your place to go and ask Mother Earth to help you. This is your space to ask the universe for guidance, and definitely your own space yourself as well. Every time you hear those voices in your head, or you hear the fears in your head, tell them what you've done right. Tell them what you can do. Tell them why it should succeed instead. Because that is what your root chakra is trying to tell you. So I wish you the very best. Thank you for listening to this episode. Please do leave a review for this episode on Spotify or on Apple Podcasts, because that helps other people find the episode. I will see you next time with another show. Thanks a lot. Have a lovely day.